What's up, guys? It's your boy Austin Shope here, back with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about matchups that need to be made after UFC 311. So, for the ones who don't know, or who don't really watch UFC that much, Arman Tsarukyan pulled out of his fight against Islam Makhachev due to a back injury, which means Renato Moicano got the short notice title shot. It was literally like a one-day notice, and y'all seen what happened. But I was thinking in my head, what happens after this, you know? Because Dana said that Arman wasn't getting the automatic rematch. And a lot of people are probably wondering who is Islam going to fight next. So I came up with some matchups that make sense in my head. And I'm about to tell you guys what those matchups are. So we're going to get into this. So for the first matchup I came up with, now, part of this is a call-out, but I don't really agree with the call as much as I would with the other matchup. So for this matchup, I got Grant Dawson versus Beneil Dariush, or Grant Dawson versus Chase Hooper. So, I think, honestly, Chase Hooper would be such a better matchup for him than Beneil, because Beneil actually has some experience. I mean, I know he got knocked out twice in a row, but I still think he's levels above Grant Dawson, and it makes more sense if he were to fight someone like Chase Hooper, whose striking isn't like the best, but it's evolved a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because Grant Dawson and Chase Hooper are really the type of fighters who really just rely on their grappling mostly. So I think the grappling exchanges would be really nice, and I could see Grant Dawson getting away with the win. So let me know what you guys think about that matchup. Alright, next matchup I came up with was Reinier de Ridder versus Roman Dolidze. Now, a lot of you guys are probably going to be like, okay, why is this such a random matchup? It doesn't make any sense. Hear me out, okay? Usually Kevin Holland is the type of guy that after you beat him, you're hopping into like the top 15. You know, I'm going to be honest. So, why not give him someone that's in the top 10, considering that he was a double champ in another promotion? And honestly, I don't think de Ridder is the best guy at striking. I don't even think his striking's that good. I just think he kind of relies on his grappling a little bit, or a lot. But I think Roman Dolidze would probably be a pretty big test for him, considering that, like, Dolidze's he's a good fighter, you know. He's deserving to be in the top 10. I just feel like he would be a good test for de Ridder. And I also came up with this matchup because Roman Dolidze just fought Kevin Holland, so it's like, these guys just beat Kevin Holland, why not give de Ridder Dolidze? But I don't know. I don't really know too much about the middleweight as I do the other weight classes, but I know one thing for sure, middleweight is getting stacked. So, let me know what you guys think about that matchup. Next matchup I got on the list is Bogdan Guskov versus Khalil Roundtree. Now, I didn't really know too much about Guskov. The first fight I ever seen him fought was honestly what he did to Ryan Spann, and I was like, okay, this guy's good. But I didn't know that he fought freaking Ozdemir on his, I think it was his UFC debut on short notice. And he lost to Ozdemir by decision, but dude, he's good. And I know he had kind of trouble with the dude he just fought, but like, that dude was weird. But I don't even know what that fight was, but I know how good Guskov is. And I think him and Khalil Roundtree would be a really entertaining fight. I think he could be top 10 right now. But I think Khalil Roundtree would be a good test for him. I'm not saying that he'd beat Khalil Roundtree. I just think the fight itself would be entertaining, and I think a lot of you guys would like to see it. So, let me know what you guys think about that matchup. Okay, next fight is Renato Moicano versus Michael Chandler. Dude, this fight just makes sense, bro. To me, it makes perfect sense. Michael Chandler, you know, he's an entertaining fighter, explosive fighter. And then you got Moicano, someone who's explosive, freaking super entertaining and he's technical. He's been in the game for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It's just two veterans going at it. And honestly, I think Moicano would beat Chandler. This fight just makes perfect sense. It just looks like a good fight, you know? I could see this fight maybe being like a main event for like some fight night or something, but I don't know, dude. Chandler doesn't really deserve to fight above his ranking anymore, considering that, like, dude's literally lost like his last 5 fights. He beat Dan Hooker and then he beat a washed up Tony Ferguson. So I'm not saying he's not a good fighter. I just think this fight would make sense. So it could potentially be like a sleeper fight of the year, honestly, or like fight of the night or whatever you guys see it as. I think it would probably be that and really entertaining. So if you guys are picking up what I'm putting down, but tell me this wouldn't be a good fight. I want to hear it. All right, the next fight I came up with is Yuri Prohaska versus the winner of Alex and Magomed. Now, he wouldn't really have anybody else to fight. He's beaten everybody else in the division that he's fought other than Alex Pereira, okay? And a lot of you guys would be like, oh, but he's already fought Pereira twice and lost both times. Yeah, you guys are correct or whatever. But it's just like, what other fight makes sense? You know what I'm saying? He's beaten everybody else. And, I mean, like, who's he going to fight? Carlos Ulberg? Okay, he has to get through Blachowicz first. Okay? And they're not going to do Blachowicz versus Yuri. I mean, I could be wrong, but, like, I don't want to see that fight, dude. And I honestly, I'm probably going to be the one individual that is saying this because I don't think anybody else agrees. But I potentially think Yuri could beat Alex Pereira, okay? And a lot of you guys are going to dog me in the comments, but, like, whenever he looked really good against freaking Jamal Hill, okay? And I'm not... Yuri's gotten a lot better when it comes to, like, guarding, like, his face or whatever and blocking and just keeping his hands up. But, like, if he really perfected it, dude, I really think he would cause issues for Alex Pereira. I just think honestly I think he has a chance to beat Pereira. He just has to really, like, lock in. So maybe you guys see where I'm coming from, maybe you don't, but if you don't, hey, it's cool. Maybe if we see the rematch and he beats him, I'll be happy. But let me know what you guys think about that matchup. So if you guys don't keep up with the UFC, like what goes on after the fights, like the press conferences and stuff like that, Dana White announced, or he said, that Arman Tsarukyan is going to have to fight his way back up to a title shot. Okay? So I got to thinking, I was like, I don't think he would have to fight Charles again. I don't think he would have to fight Beneil or whatever. So I was like, who does he fight, you know? And I got to thinking, I was like, this honestly makes perfect sense because this fight's already booked. I think Arman Tsarukyan should fight the winner of Justin Gaethje versus Dan Hooker. They are, as of right now, these guys are the co-main for 313, and, like, they're the co-main for Alex and Magomed. So I just feel like this fight alone just makes perfect sense because I think Arman would honestly beat these guys, like, no problem, but I could be wrong, dude. Dan Hooker's been on a freaking crazy run, so we'll see how he does with Justin Gaethje. If he ends up beating him, which he potentially can, maybe they'll book him and Arman. I mean, I don't know, but I know Arman's not getting an automatic, rematch against Islam. I mean, he kind of already screwed that up. It's not his fault, but still, I don't think Dana was happy with it. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Now, for this last matchup, it's honestly something I just want to see myself. I don't think it would really happen, but hey, we never know. For this matchup, I would like to see Islam versus Shavkat Rakhmonov, okay? I think it's about time for Islam to go up to welterweight, personally. He's kind of like a big lightweight as is, But I just don't know how, with like him and Bilal being champion at the same time, these guys are like pretty close, and I don't think they want to fight each other. I honestly think Islam versus Shavkat would be the fight to make, okay? This fight would be such a crazy fight, in my opinion. I think Islam would be just as good in welterweight as he is in lightweight, but I don't know. Seeing how Shavkat did against Ian Gary last time, and I'm not taking anything away from Ian Gary, I think Islam would have a chance, especially with his wrestling. I know Shavkat has decent wrestling, but I don't think his wrestling's on the same level as Islam's. Let me know what you guys think about these matchups. I think that matchup would be crazy, but I don't know. It can never happen. It might not even happen. But let me know what you guys think about the matchups I came up with. If you guys agree with me, put it in the comments. Like this video, share it, and subscribe. But that's it. Peace.